Hello and welcome to our industry guide of how the real estate space works and what we must do as business professionals to engage our skills and get the most effective results from our real estate business. If we look at the entire journey from start to sold or leased, there is so many activities that happen with our consumers in the real estate space. And what we now need to do is look at each component to best understand the plans, strategy and marketing we require to reach our goals. At the start, we have our funnel that's capturing inbound data and the information that's coming to us from the consumer. Our consumers are attracted to us by many mediums. It could be our office frontage, our internet, the open for inspections, the signboards or mailbox drops that you've been doing in order to attract people to your business. And our web presence is driving quality inbound traffic to our businesses as we move away from having a website to a real estate web business. A web business is an exciting opportunity to assist in taking control of our real estate cost challenges that are required to provide our services. And I hope through this video demonstration, we can change your thinking of how best to be top of mind in your area. If we take our funnel effect, all this data is coming towards us, allowing us to capture these opportunities into our system. These people then move along our pipeline towards our business development area. However, this is the first significant change. In the past, we would capture details and start communicating. Whereas today, our first vertical drops into our system, and that's where we are collecting all the ownership data of an area. Be it from Pricefinder or one of our other internet service providers, we can get this information to better start communicating to our target audience. As you can see from our color coding, blue is a cold vendor or landlord. Green is a good to go and red is one of our tenants. Our business development area, otherwise known as BDA, is where we focus our efforts on the marketing activities that will bring us the top of mind awareness. To apply the appropriate business marketing and prospecting program, we need to understand what happens in the business development area. For example, the owner of the dwellings database could live in the area or out. However, should they live in the area, they may be looking to move around to another property, either up or down from their pricing level. Our consumer doesn't just get an appraisal and put the property on the market. And as you can see from our diagram, there is a dotted line. And once we cross that line, it's a different part of the real estate sector. So what does our consumer do? They go down the bottom pipeline into the marketplace and they have a look at their destination to see what is available that could be worth moving to. They may stay there for anywhere to 4 to 6 weeks. They then come back to the business development area, look at their options of what they could do next, which usually is we'll get an appraisal and see what it would take to move. This part of the program is very important. From the pipeline going to the dotted line, that is what we refer to as what is on your radar. For example, you may have 20 appraisals that you've completed that have not gone to market at a $10,000 potential fee, which means you have $200,000 on your radar. After all this contact, should the owner decide to engage you, the property is now listed, which means we cross the dotted line onto the production line. The production line is the space that we call www.everything. This is where the media starts, the signboards, the internet. Media is in this space, and this is our opportunity to communicate as a brand, as a real estate business, be it in our email alerts, email marketing, just sold, just listed. signboards open for inspections, and most importantly, our connected campaign phone calls. And with all this effort, we will end up at sold. Now, not every property sells, but with everything in line, the correct commitment from the owner and the agent, we will end up in our sold file. Below sold is what we call the super fund, which is technically known as the trust account. The trust account of a real estate business is where the clean, established client data lives. As the beauty of real estate is the repetition of the work we do. For example, when a property came on the market past the dotted line onto the production line, it could be owned by Mr. Woodward. Once it's sold into the trust account, the same dwelling now has a new owner, and that could be McCoggan. McCoggan is now an established client, sold to, coming down the pipeline, back up into our business development area. And because you had this interaction with Mrs. McCoggan as a purchaser, you now have the notes, the mobile number, the email address of the brand new dwellings database record that could be missing all the relevant information off our websites. And one of our ultimate goals for sales and property management is to have the cleanest data in the country for your postcode. As you can see, the real estate process has a recycling effect, as all we do in property management and sales is track the opportunities for having the ownership dwellings database in our system that allows us to communicate. This video guide is now the overview of what happens, but more importantly, what we need to do. As you can see, the challenges of the real estate industry and our businesses is quite often before the dotted line, meaning once we get them onto the production line, which is on the market, we have an 85 to 95% chance of sale. However, without enough opportunities in our pipeline, we take on the wrong work at the wrong fees and essentially fight for the scraps from the marketplace and open for inspection systems. This diagram and process is the same for property management and sales. As part of this program, we have developed a full audio learning system that will give you the knowledge, skills, and action plans required to have a profitable and growing real estate business.